The Las Vegas Aces are the reigning champions, but here's the question everyone's asking. Can the Indiana Fever actually shock the world and knock them out? Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and drop your prediction in the comments right now, because this series might be one of the most explosive battles we've seen in years. The Fever are heading into hostile territory, but history tells us they play their best ball when their backs are against the wall. And despite losing key players to injury, Indiana's defense might just hold the key to pulling off the upset. Today, we're breaking down exactly how the Fever can beat the Aces. From Aaliyah Boston's lockdown defense on Aari Wilson to the energy role players bring, and the adjustments that could decide the series. Stay tuned, because by the end of this, you'll know why this matchup is far from a guaranteed win for Vegas. When the Fever stormed back to beat Atlanta, it wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Down late, with the season hanging by a thread, this team refused to fold. Those last 2 minutes? They weren't just basketball plays. They were a mirror of the entire year. Every injury, every doubter, every headline saying they're finished without Caitlin Clark. Yet when the moment came, the Fever showed who they really are. Resilient, relentless, and ready to fight until the final buzzer. Think about it. A team that was never supposed to make the playoffs in the first place just went into enemy territory and silenced the crowd. That comeback wasn't luck. It was built on grit, on depth, and on the trust they have in each other. And if they could survive that storm, if they could flip a game everyone thought was over, what makes anyone believe they can't push the Aces to the edge? This win over Atlanta wasn't just another game. It was the proof of concept. The Indiana Fever aren't here to participate. They're here to rewrite the script. This isn't just another semifinal matchup. It's a collision of eras. On one side, the Las Vegas Aces, the dynasty, the juggernaut, the standard of the WNBA for years, a team dripping with talent, history, and the swagger that comes with being champions. They're the old guard, the team everyone has chased. And then on the other side, you have the Indiana Fever, the underdog, the so-called new kids on the block. They weren't supposed to be here. Not this year, not this soon. Yet here they are, standing across from the league's powerhouse, daring to dream bigger than anyone thought possible. This series feels like more than basketball. It's symbolic. The Aces represent everything that's already been established. Dominance, tradition, the safe bet. But the Fever? They're the wave crashing against the shoreline, the future of the league rising up in real time. Caitlin Clark or not, this team has planted its flag and said, "We belong." And make no mistake, when the old guard meets the new wave, sparks are going to fly. On the court, off the court, in the media, everywhere. This is the series that could mark a changing of the guard, and Indiana is walking in with nothing to lose, which makes them dangerous, very dangerous. But just when the Fever found their rhythm, reality hit them hard. Two of their most important players, Aari McDonald and Sophie Cunningham, are out. This is not some small loss. McDonald brought relentless on-ball defense, quick hands, and the kind of energy that disrupts elite guards like Jackie Young or Chelsea Gray. Losing her means Indiana is down one of its best perimeter stoppers. Then there's Sophie Cunningham. She's not only a fiery competitor, but also a crucial shooter and playmaker who stretches the floor. Without her, the Fever spacing shrinks, and suddenly, defenders can collapse harder on Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. It's a huge setback. And on paper, it tilts the series toward the Aces. But here's the thing. The Fever have faced adversity all season. Every time people count them out, they find a way to dig deep and rise. The question is, can they absorb these losses and still find the defensive intensity to slow down Las Vegas? This series may come down to one colossal matchup, Aari Wilson versus Aaliyah Boston. In their last showdown, Wilson, the face of the Aces and arguably the league's most dominant player, went just 7 for 17 from the field. And here's the kicker, 7 of those 10 misses came directly at the hands of Aaliyah Boston. Boston wasn't just defending, she was dictating. She forced Wilson into tough shots, contested without fouling, and made every possession a grind. It was a masterclass in discipline and positioning. And she wasn't alone. Natasha Howard provided key help defense, while Lexie Hull stifled Jackie Young on the perimeter, making Vegas uncomfortable. The message was clear. If Boston brings that same defensive fire in this series, Wilson won't be free to dominate like usual. And when the Aces superstar is slowed down, the entire Vegas offense feels the ripple effect. This isn't just about stats. It's about sending a message. Boston has the chance to prove she can stand toe-to-toe with the league's most decorated forward and swing the balance of the series. If she puts Wilson in what fans are already calling Aaliyah Boston jail, the Fever have a real shot at shocking the champs. So, how do the Fever actually pull this off? It comes down to 3 non-negotiable keys to victory. Dominate the boards. The Aces thrive on second-chance opportunities. If Indiana lets players like Natasha Smith crash the glass uncontested, it's game over. Every Fever player has to box out like their season depends on it. Because it does. Rebounding isn't just about size. It's about heart, effort, and positioning. Controlled help defense. Relentless effort. This is the playoffs. No lazy rotations, no sleeping on screens, no half-hearted contests. Every loose ball must be fought for. Every 50-50th play must tilt Indiana's way. Effort is the one thing this team can control. And it's what could separate them from a team loaded with stars. Because when preparation meets effort, that's when upsets happen. That's when championships are stolen. Aaliyah Boston can handle Wilson one-on-one, but there will be times she needs support. That's where Natasha Howard and Lexie Hull come in. The help has to be smart, timed, and disciplined. Overhelp, and Vegas kicks it out for open threes. Underhelp, and Wilson goes to work in the paint. Striking that balance is everything. Here's the chess match. How do you guard Aaliyah Wilson without letting the rest of the aces light you up? The Fever's answer is simple. Make Wilson uncomfortable. Aaliyah Boston has to force her to her left hand, taking away the strong right-side drives that fuel her scoring. By funneling her toward Natasha Howard on the help side, Indiana can sandwich her into traps and force contested shots. Now, here's the gamble. Indiana has to live with certain players taking shots. If it's Jackie Young or Chelsea Gray, that's a nightmare. But if it's Natasha Smith or Kirsten Bell firing threes, you accept it. You shrug and say, beat us from deep if you can. We already saw the blueprint in action. Open shooters hesitating, second-guessing, and passing up looks because they lack confidence. That hesitation is exactly what the Fever want. Let Wilson settle for contested jumpers, let the weaker shooters pull from deep, and trust Boston and Howard to clean up the rebounds. It's risky, but that's playoff basketball. Take away the superstar's best weapon and force someone else to beat you? Now, let's talk about rotations, because this series won't just be decided by stars, but by how Stephanie White manages her lineups. If Indiana starts too small, they'll get punished. Putting Odyssey Sims on Chelsea Gray or Jackie Young is a mismatch waiting to happen. And if Kelsey Mitchell has to guard Jackie all game, she'll burn too much energy on defense and won't have the legs to deliver offensively when it matters most. That's why size is everything here. Insert aerial powers. She brings physicality, rebounding, and defensive toughness. She may not light up the scoreboard, but her presence balances the floor and gives Indiana more strength inside. Lexie Hull and Michaela Timpson together, that's a defensive wall. Their length and grit can frustrate perimeter scorers and buy Boston crucial help in the paint. The Fever can't afford to think about comfort rotations. They need to think about survival. Go big, go tough, and force the Aces into awkward matchups. Every possession in this series will come down to whether Indiana has the right 5 players on the court at the right time. So, here's the bold call. The Indiana Fever will steal one on the road in Vegas. Maybe game 1, maybe game 2, and then hold their ground at home. That means no panic, no fear, just confidence. I don't see this team dropping 2 straight. Not with the way they fight, not with Boston anchoring the defense, and not with the heart this group has shown all season. The prediction? Fever in 4. Yeah, you heard it right. The defending champions are in real danger. But what do you think? Can the Fever actually shock the world and send the Aces home? Or will Vegas prove they're still the standard of the WNBA? Drop your predictions in the comments right now. Hit that like button if you're riding with the Fever, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the live watch party and all the breakdowns coming your way. This is the playoffs. This is legacy on the line, and the Fever, they're coming for it.